Hi everyone, this is Tina from the Beltree forums. There is a lot of interest in the reset trick and how to do it, so I'm going to show you that using my 2 copies of Animal Crossing. I have them color coded to match the banners in my signature, and I'm going to use the reset trick in my main town, on the campsite, and in my second town to show you how to reset for villager house plots to control where they are and what villagers you get. The first thing you're going to want to do is to create a new character. If you log in as your mayor, the villager and the location of the house is saved. You cannot change it once you log in as your mayor. So the first time you log in for the new day, you're going to want to create a new character. This character doesn't need to have a posh name or anything. You're going to delete him later. And when you do, it's going to be completely wiped out. So your villagers aren't going to talk about how much they miss this character or anything. So feel free to call it whatever you want. Okay, now when you load your game, you're going to want to look around for this new house plot. When you find it, it will tell you obviously which villager is going to be moving in. And maybe you're not happy with the location, or maybe you don't like the villager that's moving in. It's not the end of the world at this point because you can actually change it. At this point, just close your game, then reopen it. This time when you go looking around for a new character, they might be different, or they might be in a different location. You can repeat this step as many times as you want until you get the house plot in the right place, or until you find a villager you like. Okay, now I've found a house plot that I'm going to keep. And at this point, you do not just close the game. If you close the game and then sign in as your mayor, it's going to regenerate the house plot again, which could of course be in a place you don't like. What you need to do is you need to go to Isabelle and register your character as a citizen of the town. At which point, once again, you're going to be redirected to Tom Nook. You need to get your house, you need to choose a place to set it up. Now you're probably going to use this trick multiple times in your game, so I would suggest always using the same plot of land to build your house. As you'll be able to see where I put my tent up, there is always a cleared area of grass. This is because when you demolish your house later, it's just going to leave this bare area behind, hence why I'm suggesting to always build your house or tent in the same place to reduce the amount of grass that's going to be worn away. Once you've done this, you go back to Isabelle, of course, and after this point you'll be able to save your game. Do this. Next, delete this character you've just made. You don't need him anymore, and it's not going to affect your game whatsoever, but you probably don't want him around. Once you delete him, log in as your mayor if you want to verify that this villager is in the same place that you just saw. It will be fine, you don't need to do this, but I imagine you're going to do it anyway. As you can see, Fuchsia is still in the same location that she was when I was playing the other character. Now you might have noticed when I was resetting that all of the villagers that came up were the Uchi personality type. This is because I already have one of every other personality in this town. When the game is generating a list of villagers for you, you're not actually getting the pool of the whole 200, 300, whatever number is villagers. You're only getting a certain amount, and it's likely to be limited to one of the 8 personality types. Usually the game will pick a personality for you that you don't already have in your town, which, as you'll probably be able to tell by this point, this trick I'm showing you only works if you have less than 9 villagers in your town. Once you have a 10th villager, you're not going to be able to do this trick anymore because they aren't just randomly spawned. At this point, you're going to have characters come in from the campsite or from other people's towns, and it's most likely you're not going to have any choice in what this character is. Once it's chosen, you can use this reset trick as many times as you want, but it's just be the same villager appearing over and over, but the location of the house will change. This is where the reset trick, I feel, is the most useful, because you have this villager that you want, it's just finding a place for them to live that doesn't interfere with your town plans. Okay, now very quickly I'm going to go on to my other game. As you can see from the map, it's a different town. This is my main town, Hanamura. At this point, I'll go to the campsite. you didn't want bones or whatever villager has come up for you, you would do exactly what we've just done to reset the villager house plots. You would close your game, reopen it, and start a new character. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that the campsite doesn't always regenerate. I'm not saying that it's going to be the same villager every time, it's not. Instead, the problem is that the campsite won't always come back. There might not be someone camping in your town on the next reload. You can keep doing it if you want, but it doesn't mean there's always going to be one. I'll keep doing this until another villager comes up, but I feel that you already get the point. And even if I could, I have 10 villagers in this town already, so I couldn't save the game or anything to show that point, so there's no point in me really doing it. Okay, I hope for those of you that were confused of how to do the reset trick that this is going to help you. Some of you may feel this was pointless because you already knew how to do it. I've personally been doing it right since I got the game in June. I feel it might work better for those who don't work well with written instructions and want a visual to sort of confirm things for them. So yeah, I hope, regardless, that you found this useful, and I'll see you around on the forums. Later!